Morning, and welcome to your weekly cup of Joe. My name is Joe King, and I'm the owner of Physical Therapy Advantage in North Aurora. Coming today from the clinic, we're going to do some videos the next few weeks, talk about some exercises and some stretches that are good for certain conditions. So today we're going to talk about the top 3 stretches for low back pain. Many people are afflicted by having back pain throughout their lives, sometimes chronic, sometimes just one episode. But wanted to give some input and some suggestions on what we've seen in the clinic as being 3 key stretches that can help alleviate low back pain and help you manage your low back pain and maybe just even stop your low back pain. So first one is going to be stretching the piriformis or stretching your hip rotators. And you'll do this lying in your bed, preferred lying on the floor on a mat. Most people don't have tables, but lying on your back with your knees bent up. Comfortable position. They don't have to be too close. They can be up in a nice comfortable position. And then you'll cross one leg over the other. Ankle resting on your top of the thigh or close to your knee. Kind of like a guy would sit cross-legged. And then you're going to gently push out on that knee. So you feel a stretch in the hip. Wherever you feel the stretch, that's where your tight is at. As long as there's no pain. All stretching, we deep breathe, we relax. And there should be no pain with stretching. Should be some pulling, but should never be pain. Push out for 20-30 seconds. And then you take both hands on the top of the knee and pull it diagonally across your body, maybe towards your opposite hip, opposite chest, opposite shoulder, whatever angle you want to get that good stretch. You can feel it anywhere from your lower IT band down here on the lower part of your leg, all the way up through your thigh, maybe into your butt, maybe even to your low back. Wherever you're tight is where you're going to feel it. Once again, deep breathing, relaxing, no pain, just good, gentle stretching, 20 to 30 seconds. If that doesn't feel like enough of a stretch for you, what you can do is you can put your feet up onto an ottoman, a chair, bed, or if you happen to have a ball, which is I'm going to use now today, increases the flexion here, and it will increase the stretch that you feel with that. So now your knee is closer to you, and now may have to hold on to your one leg, or your opposite ankle, the one that's crossed, and then just gently push out. Nice and easy. Same thing, deep breathing, and then pulling across the body that way. So you may just get a little deeper stretch, a little more thorough of a stretch that way if you feel you need to do that. Next stretch we're going to do is we're going to stretch out the hamstrings. So we have a nice stretching strap here in the clinic. You may not have it at home, but you can use any sort of strap, rope, cord, dog leash, whatever works. And you don't have to have your knee completely straight, but we want it fairly straight. And you're just going to use your arms to pull back just so you feel a good, healthy stretch on the back of the leg. You may feel it more in your calf. You may feel it more behind your knee. You may feel it more up in your hamstrings, up higher up in the thigh. Wherever you feel it, once again, is where you're tight. That's okay. Hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. No pain, deep breathing, just good stretching. And then after 20 to 30 seconds, you're going to bend the knee just a little bit. And then you're going to pull back just a little bit more, just to get a little more stretch, a little higher up, maybe more in the mid-thigh, maybe more in your butt. The hamstring is a 2-joint muscle, crosses the knee joint and the hip joint. So we have to stretch it both areas. That's why we do it with the knee straight and the knee bent. Excellent. The last stretch we're going to do, I'm going to throw a pad down here on the floor. We're going to stretch out your hip flexors. So we're going to get down on the floor. I put some padding down, cushion the floor. We have no padding underneath our carpet. It's concrete there. So knee is directly underneath the hip, opposite leg out in front, good distance out in front. Have something to hold on to, maybe both sides, chair, couch, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Good upright posture. You're going to tighten the butt cheek, kind of roll your hip underneath you on the leg that is down. Just start and initiate that stretch in the front. And then we're just going to come forward just a little bit, just to get that good stretch in the front of the thigh. front of the hip, front of the thigh. Once again, deep breathing, no pain, gentle stretching, 20 to 30 seconds. And then we repeat that. We typically do stretches 3 times on each side, 2 times is good, 3 times is better. All that information will be in the box below. Hopefully you'll find these stretches to be very helpful for you for just general stretching, flexibility, and more specifically, to help maybe alleviate some of that low back pain that you've been experiencing. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call at 630-892-8003. That's 630-892-8003. And I look forward to seeing you next week for your weekly cup of Joe. Bye.